The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself, the known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars. He'll dress.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times.
Astro.
Bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you guys today. It is going to be so much fun. Before we say hi to the chat room, let's say hi to our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Too much sun is not good for you. And I was in the pool gabbing with neighbors, having a great time, and not realizing I did 4 hours of 118 degrees of sunshine. So for me, this is really red. I never get red. I always get brown. So I'm going to get wrinkles from this, and it's terrible. Avoid the sun. It's really bad for you.
There you go. What's up anyway, everybody? So we got a chat room full of people. Before we there, let me just tell you who we have coming on the show today. We have the original influencer, Philip Block, coming on. I'm super excited, being that I used to be a clothing designer, and when I was a clothing designer, he was the biggest stylist in the world. So I'm super excited to talk with him. And then we have world-renowned drummer Kenny Aronoff and Joey Belladonna from Anthrax, which I see tons of people in the chat room are here for Joey Belladonna, so that's very cool. And we're going to have a good time. So chat room, what's up? We want to say hi to Eileen Shapiro.
Why do we want to say hi to Eileen Shapiro?
Because we love Eileen.
Who loves Eileen?
Oh, I do.
I only love a certain part of Eileen.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of her is But the part I love, oh my God, they're magnificent.
So we have B. Claudia, who's talking about how
Eileen, I love you. I'm just kidding.
But B. Claudia is talking about Philip Block in there. We have Teresa Sabin from Florida. B. Claudia is in Germany. Cindy Lady Lake's in Florida. Glad you Florida people made it through the, I guess, tropical storm, because I don't think it was a hurricane. Football player Boomer Mays, what's up? He's in the chat room. Backpack John is in the chat room. No glory hole talking today, Backpack John. Sorry.
What brought that up?
Just because I always think of that, because he didn't know what a glory hole was.
I think you're vulgar.
I am vulgar. I can't see who else is
Crash.
there, you guys, because it's going too fast. So I don't know who else I missed.
Good thing I'm not vulgar ever.
Yeah,
I could never be vulgar like you are.
Oh, wait, Jimmy's there from Jimmy's World. Hey, Jimmy's there.
Jimmy's World.
Teresa Sabin, I
Oh,
said.
Teresa
I don't know who else is
Sabin.
there, you guys, because it's if you're in there, you got to write something, because I can't go back and look. Anyway, we have a fun show for you guys today, and then as soon as the show's over, Ron and I are hopping in the car and driving to LA for the Pretty Boy premiere, red carpet premiere. It's going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of people who've been on the show will be there, and we're looking very much forward to it.
I'm looking so forward to it because I loved Blind, the first movie that Marcel Waltz directed with Sarah French, who did an outstanding job. Now this is the continuation of Blind. It's called Pretty Boy. Blind left us where she's in bed, and the stalker, see, the storyline is she's blind from a surgery that she had. She's a famous movie star who was incorrectly had her lenses done, and she's blind. A stalker is living in her house, and she has no idea. And every now and then you see him hiding behind the refrigerator door. When she's sleeping or showering, he's watching. Well, now the continuation is we saw her in bed, and Pretty Boy, the stalker, who wears a mask of a pretty boy, rips off the mask, and he's really ugly and scary. Now, is he killing her? Is he raping her? Is he going to love her? We will find out in Pretty Boy this evening.
So we also want to give a shout out. Don Hinton is in the chat room. Don, Ron wore a different watch today.
Yes, today, oops, it slid around. Today I wore a 19 71 or 2 Movado with the little gold dot on the top that my daughter Leslie gave me because she was working in Bloomingdale's after school and she got a discount on the watch and she saved up her money. So this watch to me is better than a diamond Rolex.
There you go. Artist Miss Kim, we love Artist Miss Kim is in the chat room. Ian Smith is in the chat room.
Did I show my watch?
Yes, there you go.
There it is. Woo.
It's gonna be fun. He always has us. And they said you look kind of like Malibu Ken.
I am. I'm Malibu Ken's grandfather. No, I just got too much sun. I was standing in the pool like a yenta talking to these 2 other queens who were very funny and very interesting. One is a new friend, and he's from New York. He knows so many people that I know. We had a lot in common, and I was so excited to finally find somebody in our development that we can talk to, because the rest of them, they don't like us because the stupid development we lived in did a big 2-page article on Jimmy and I, stating Jane Russell, Lenny Kazan, I mean, all these names coming to my house. It was such a crappy article. It was like I had every celebrity in the world. Angelina Jolie was, using our toilet. Anyway, all of that was fake. But our neighbors, who are simple people, feel that we are Hollywood snobs and that we would never be friends with them because we only like celebrity. Well, they're crazy because
everybody.
Some of my dearest friends I know since I'm a child, Terry and John Vecchio, I love them and I know them 60-something years. And he's a contractor and she's a housewife. That's the one that makes 100.
They also don't like us because we say fuck a lot.
No, I don't. You do, because you're a pig.
I know. I'm a pig.
My friend Teresa, she makes 112 manicotti at Christmas, handmade. Imagine anybody making 112 manicotti handmade.
Thomas Claxton just joined us too. So what's up, Thomas?
Thomas, I want to thank you for coming to my aid on my page with that woman that had an idea that socialism is good in our country. I mean, go to China, go to Russia, go to the countries where people are running away from socialism, which is another word for communism. So thank you very much for coming to my aid. I did explain to the lady that said socialism got rid of the depression. That was wrong. The Second World War got rid of the depression. And that's where the saying comes, America needs a war to prosper, which is not true.
He says, my pleasure. She said that lady was misinformed about a lot of stuff.
Oh, she was just off the wall. She's this new breed of people who get all this fake information about our history, and they're making them into communists. All these college kids, they're very socialistic. Well, they should go to a socialistic country like China, where Su Wang ran away from, or go to Cuba, where so many of our friends ran away from. It's no joke. Communism is, you can't have.
Anyway, this is an entertainment show.
I know, but I just want to finish. You can't have the luxuries in life that you have now. You have to be simple and share everything. Screw that.
So
anyway, thank you, Thomas.
They say we look fabulous, that our haircuts are perfect. Ron gave me a haircut yesterday.
Yes.
Now I just have to lose 10 more pounds. I gained 10 pounds since we went to New York, so I have got to lose 10 pounds because.
And I cut my hair, and I like the way I cut it. Usually I cut it not so hot, but this time it really came out good. Although I look like an old broad, like an old Jewish broad that went to the Brooklyn beauty parlor.
Yeah.
and had her hair done. In fact, I think my mother wore her hair this way late in life. Anyway, I'm gay. I can get away with anything.
So we saw a movie on we went and saw Fast and Furious. Ron didn't like it. He couldn't believe how unbelievable it was with the cars flying in the air. All kinds of shit.
Enough already. I'm not going to sit there for 2.5 hours and watch fenders fly and tires fly. I mean, how
literally flying from mountains and shit.
How about a story? I would like a story. No story, just running, crashing, shooting, killing, chopping, bombing. How violent can you get? And then we wonder why kids today, when they get in the car, they do Fast and Furious.
Then we watched the Chris Pratt movie on HBO Max, The Tomorrow Man, or I don't know what it's called, The Tomorrow something, which really wasn't any good. It cost $200 million to make it. And I was like, for $200 million, I could give you like 80 terrific, fantastic movies.
And for $5
And I tweeted that to Amazon.
and for $5 million, I could give you my film, The Gift of Magic, starring Lainey Kazan and myself. And my son is played by Sean Kanan.
There we go. And Hub Reynolds Jr. just joined us. What's up, Hub?
Hubby, Hub, what's going on? Hub.
You gotta love it. So he's saying hi to everybody. So anyway, we're gonna have a fun show. We're gonna haul ass out of here, drive to LA. Angela's gonna be with us. She's not in the chat room today because she's driving to she flew in from Colorado to LA today. And so we're gonna see Angela tonight and Marcel. And our guest list has Jim Beaver, and we have Jennifer Rubin is coming, who was on the show not too long ago as one of our guests. And I forgot who. Al Burke. I don't know. We have a lot of really. Jan Birch is coming on as one of our guests with his wife. Kelly Maroney's coming. So there should be a lot of people there. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
And it's the greatest way to visit our friends. Because, if we're not working, we can all get together at a red carpet. But when we're working, of course, we can't do that. And our last red carpet for the fabulous film that everybody should not miss, is Clown Motel.
I also give a shout out because I think Tina and Stefan are listening, but they're not in the chat room. So what's up, you guys?
Tina and Stefan, wonderful. Love you both.
Okay, so our first guest is already here.
When's the wedding?
We're gonna bring the first guest on, you guys, because I'm like super stoked about having him on the show. So hopefully we can hear him. Hello. Say something.
Hello.
Hey, we can hear you. Terrific. Hi, how you doing?
I'm excellent. Yes, if we can hear, that's half the problem, right?
That's right. And I'm super stoked to have you. So let me do an introduction for you.
What does super stoked mean? Is that a new expression?
Excited.
Is that like floating around LA now?
No,
super stoked.
That's like 80s talk.
Or did you make it up?
It's like 80s talk. I don't know. It's fucking me. I'm Jimmy Star. Anything I make gets to fucking become popular. Hold on, we're gonna introduce him.
Well, I'm going to introduce myself for a change.
No, you're not, because it doesn't work for the format of the show. We're married. We argue. Just don't worry about it.
And if I walk off this show, nobody will ever watch.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. Now we know.
I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Ron Russell. I'm very impressed at what you do.
Thank you.
Even though he asked me ahead of time who you were.
I never research a guest because I like it fresh. If I research a guest and all my questions are so corny and shitty, like everybody else has crappy interviewers that ask the same stupid questions.
Well, I like that we're going to keep it fresh.
Yes.
Oh, well, I know you're fresh. I was told that by a few people in New York.
Let me do my intro.
A few gorgeous hot models said you were very fresh.
He's one of them. All right. So everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, celebrity stylist, actor, designer, television personality, Philip Block, the original influencer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, how about giving his name?
I did, Philip Block.
Oh.
So this is you've already met my cool, outrageous man about town co-host Ron Russell.
Yes, indubitably.
Indubitably, there you go.
I haven't heard that word in centuries.
Right? It's good.
Oh, it's so Joan Crawford, indubitably. Or more Betty Davis than Joan Crawford. So listen.
Well, I might be a little of both.
So listen, I'm going to cut right to the chase.
No, wait, not yet.
Wait, who's the nastiest bitch you designed for? Jennifer Lopez, right? Jennifer Lopez.
No. Love.
You
one
love
of my
her?
Favorites.
Everybody hates her.
Love her. One of my favorites. One of the nicest. Loyal. Selma Hayek, not so much. But
I don't like her anyway, so that's good.
No, I like.
She's not nice. She's not loyal. She's not good. She's not good. She's a liar.
I'm glad to hear about Jennifer Lopez because we have friends. We have friends that have worked with her in film, and they said that they were instructed never to look at her, never to speak to her, because she doesn't like that. And that we feel is very snob. I'm in movies, so we know snobbery. I would never do that to extras and people of lesser script.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
script. I agree, especially to those poor people with lesser script. I mean, it's already horrible that they have lesser script. Much like not being able to talk to us would absolutely be horrific for those little people. So that's kind of you,
The lesser
sort of.
I always speak to the lesser scripted.
Yes. Well, at least hello, a word or two, a wave.
I like fucking love that. So hold on, we have a chat room filled with people.
Yes.
And we need you to just say hi to everybody in the chat room real quick. So say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody in the chat room.
and then you got to say hi to B. Claudia. So she's in Germany and she's in there writing, telling people how you did the photo shoots, Michael Jackson, all the like great things. She's like bragging for you everywhere.
Photo shoots, yeah.
You know
So say hi to
something?
B. Claudia.
I think.
Hi, Claudia.
There you go.
I think I met
Guten
you.
Morgen, Claudia.
I think I met you. You look so familiar to me.
I've been around.
So have I.
Lighting's not so good here, but
No, but you
I've been around.
look very familiar, and your voice and personality. I'm going to
I've been on
remember.
TV for many years. I started.
No.
in
I don't.
1996.
I know you socially, not on TV.
He's from New York.
I'm
so
from New York.
Do you have any pictures? Then I don't believe you if you don't have pictures.
No.
oh my God, we were just at the fucking pool the other day and talking about people, and then Ron says, "See, we'll show you pictures because nobody ever believes anything you say if you don't show pictures." And he just said that.
No, it's
Well, that's the way to not get caught anymore. If you don't have a picture, I wasn't there.
no. Our
You
pictures
can't
are-
no pic. You can't convict.
Oh
we have many super celebrity friends, okay?
like he does.
Like you do. And we live in a very middle class gated community, 55 and over, because I'm 81, so they stuck me here with the old bags. And the people here don't believe that we know the people we know,
Even though they've been to our house for
Wait,
dinner.
because the place where we live wrote a big article about us, and they were telling this bullshit about how everybody and their mother was here, which was not true. And these neighbors now think we're snobs and liars. So now when I'm at the pool and I meet them, I bring my phone and I say, "See, here I am with so and so. Here I am with so and so." So pictures do prove.
Exactly.
And I've got a couple of pictures of you that they sent me because they knew you were going to be on the show. And I'm going to show these pictures, and I hope you don't blush.
Yeah. No, hang on, my turn. I want to talk. Okay, so first of all, I thank
love
you.
them already.
I appreciate
It's
you
like my
following me
sister.
on. So I don't really, because we have so many famous people all the time, but I actually started my career in entertainment as a celebrity clothing designer. I had stores in Florida. I only designed one of a kind clothes. I dressed Elton John and Madonna and all kinds of people in my clothes. And I used to be so in awe of everything you did, because for my generation, there was nobody bigger than you as a
Oh,
stylist.
God bless you. You must have had the patience of a saint.
And you would be on Interview magazine and all these things, and I was like, oh my God, this guy has just got his shit together. And then I learned a lot about you now that you're coming on the show. So let me brag a little bit real quick before we start talking, so people get an idea of who you are a little bit. So you guys, first of all, and I read all this on the internet, so if any of it's wrong, you can correct me.
Okay.
Nothing about who you slept with, but you started out as a model. You've modeled for Jean-Paul Gaultier, Yves Saint Laurent, Ray Kawa, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Kawakubo, right?
You did stuff for Italian Vogue, Dior, Jordache Jeans, John Galliano, Comme des Garçons, Versace, Castle Bajac. Then you've also worked at Studio 54, which was Ron's hangout.
Yeah, that was the spot. That was the spot.
Maybe that's where we met.
I was shirtless. Should I take my shirt off?
Were you
I didn't have a beard, and I don't even think I had hair on my chest then.
were you one of the bar guys?
I was a busboy. I was a busboy the first time, and then I was a waiter when Steve sold the place to what's his name, Mark Fleischman.
I was.
That's probably where you actually. That's probably where he knows you from.
No,
for
I
real.
recognize something about the voice and the personality, not with the beard, but I do remember somebody who was very funny, very charming, who was. Could be you. I was in studio every single Saturday night.
Yes, and
into Sunday, from Saturday night till Sunday morning.
God bless. Yes.
Those were the
the
parties.
The ladies in the chat room say, "Yeah, take it off."
See?
Well, just a little.
There you go. There you go, you guys. So now, what's that a tattoo of? It looks like a bat. What is
Oh
it?
no, it says there for the grace of God.
there we go.
There for the grace of God.
There we go.
What,
You gotta love
your
it.
tits are there for the grace of God.
Oh, also, Eileen just texted me and told me to make sure I say hello from Eileen. So say hi to Eileen.
Hi, Eileen. I just texted Eileen before. She was reminding me not to forget to remember to come here.
There
So,
you go.
yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so then you guys, he's also worked with Halle Berry, Lindsay Lohan, Salma Hayek, who's maybe not so nice, John Travolta, Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Lopez, Melania Trump. He's a regular guest correspondent for CNN, Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, HLN, and ABC. He's been in 17 movies, one of which is called Return to Babylon, which I had never heard of, but Ron will love it because it's the scandals and decadent lives of the 1920s greatest movie stars. And it's got Jennifer Tilly, Tippi Hedren, Debbie Mazar,
Tippi
Ione
Hedren's
Skye,
my
and
buddy.
you. Yes.
She's
And
a
then
good friend of mine, Tippi.
we'll go back to
Hedren.
that in a second. And you guys, he's also styled historic photo covers, River Phoenix, Michael Jackson, and he did the very first issue of Vibe magazine. Now that I've done some bragging, now we can talk.
Okay, it's a lot.
So
I
what?
can't believe I did all that. Wow. I remember most of it. It
That's-
sounds so much better in
When
you
somebody
say
else
it.
says it.
Somebody else.
Yes.
But like we're supposed to be impressed. Big deal. You never did Betty Davis.
Such a
How do you know?
slacker. I'm such a slacker.
He's not old enough to do Betty
Fever.
Davis. So wait, tell us a little bit about Return to Babylon. Is that something we could see? Because Ron would actually like that.
Because Tippi Hedren
It
is
was
a
it was
friend.
based on all these silent movie stars. It was really cool, and we shot in Norma Talmadge's house.
Wow.
It never came out. Maria Conchita Alonso was in it, Issei Morales, Jennifer Tilly, Debbie Mazur, Tippi Hedren. I mean, and there's so many other, Ione Skye. It was a really cool cast of different people that I played. Ramon Navarro, who was like this famous, he was actually
He's a big-
Valentino's boyfriend.
Oh no, he was a slut. He was banging everybody.
Ramon or Valentino?
Both of them.
Yes.
But
Well,
Ramon was murdered, and we
Yes.
know. Wait a second, I can't give the name, but we have a friend whose uncle was the murderer, and he came out with it 30, 40 years later. He's dead now, but he there was two brothers,
Yes.
and they are uncles to a good friend of ours.
Just so
and,
you know,
and they murdered Ramon Navarro. He picked them up his trade. He was going to blow them, and then they blew him away.
Yeah. Well, the rumor is that they killed him with a gold replica of Valentino's penis. That's the rumor.
Well, that one
Cool.
I've never heard that one.
is that?
Yeah.
Oh, but we don't get to see the movie though, because it didn't. We should
Well,
contact them.
I don't know. You know, Fox has it now, and ironically, they are doing a documentary about the making of that movie because there was all these like haunted moments in the movie. It's very, very weird setting, and the house in particular that we were shooting in was really crazy. So it was funny. It was very interesting. So I don't know if it'll ever come out or not. It's one of those weird Hollywood mysteries. And the movie and making it was like really weird. And they've had like the director got put in a nut house basically.
Now, why wouldn't this movie be available just for us to see now? What's the reasoning?
I don't know. Fox owns it and they are not putting it out yet. I don't know the reason.
And this is old though. You did this like it's like 8 or 10 years ago or something.
Yeah. We did this like 10 years ago. The director got put away. And the movie was shelved, and then Fox bought it after that. Like after it was shelved, Fox bought it, and then they were going to release it about 2 or 3 years ago, and they just didn't. In the end, they held it, and they haven't released it. Hollywood's a very weird place. A lot of movies get made that don't get released. A lot of projects.
Where did you
Wait a
shoot
second,
that in
hang on.
L.A.? Hang on. Did you shoot that in L.A.?
Yeah, at Norma Talmadge's house.
That's Sue Wong's house, the Cedars.
Yes.
Sue Wong's like a dear friend of ours.
Yes, that's
She's
Sue's
my
house.
best
Yes.
buddy. She's my best buddy. But
There's a
I-
picture. of me in the
Eileen texted that.
bathtub.
wait, what did Tippi Hedren play? Who did she play?
I can't remember. We had a scene together, but I can't remember who she played. Honestly, I'm sorry. It was so long ago. I can't remember who she played. I'd have to Google and look it up. But yeah, there's a great photo of me in Sue Wong's bathtub, naked as Ramon Navarro, just covered in soap suds, and I'm like a cross.
What a
It
small
all happened
world,
by
though.
accident. It was very weird. Just things happened on that movie in that house that were supposed to be accidental. And Norma Talmadge used to be sleeping with the head of like MGM, and he bought her that house. And she would have these parties in the living room, which we shot a lot of party scenes in the living room. And she would keep the curtains closed, and she would get these orgies to ensue with all the young starlets and stars. And then she would have the paparazzi waiting outside, and she would open the curtains when they would all be having sex and debauchery, and she would get the young starlets in trouble. And then they moved her out of that house.
That's so funny.
Well-
Teresa Sabin saying she wants to see pictures.
Well, no, Jimmy and I sleep in that house. We sleep in.
We slept in the Jimi Hendrix
Jimi
room.
Hendrix room. which
Yeah,
is-
Sue knows those stories though about the paparazzi. To ask her about the stories about the paparazzi.
We have
Right.
to ask her about
Well,
that.
you know that house.
What a small world, though. And thank
Well-
you, Eileen, because Eileen texted me. It was in Sue's
Well,
house.
I was going to say that. I knew that it was Norma Talmadge. It was originally built for Bela Lugosi.
Yes.
And then Howard Hughes lived there, and Johnny Depp lived there.
The Rolling Stone.
The Rolling Stones, Jim Hendrix, and
A whole bunch of
Norma
people.
Talmadge, and somebody else.
A whole bunch. The MGM guy was when Torment, because one of the rooms is the MGM room.
Right.
Yeah, well,
One of the
that's who
bedrooms.
bought it for her was the guy from MGM.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
sweet.
we're in that house all the time.
Yeah,
in
so
fact,
beautiful.
she's in Morocco now. When she gets back, we're going to her welcome home.
Oh, Eileen says Jim Morrison.
Oh yeah, Jim. Everybody was in that house.
Yeah.
You know,
I love
I
it.
think it's up for sale for 100 million.
No.
How much? 40
No.
million?
I don't know. It's doing an NFT. It's not available yet.
No, but when she puts it up, it'll be 40 million.
No, I don't know yet.
She wants to
It's
move.
not public knowledge.
It is public knowledge. She wrote about it on Facebook. You don't read my page, Jimmy. Sue wrote
Anyway.
about it. She wrote about.
Okay.
No, she wrote about she wants to sell that house and she wants
But
to
not
move.
the amount. She didn't.
She
the
wants
amount's
to
not
move to
public.
Bel Air, and in Bel Air she wants to build a Moroccan
Museum
palace,
and a museum.
and next to it a beautiful big showroom of all of her evening gowns.
Did you know Sue Wong before you went and shot the movie?
Not before I shot the movie, but I worked with her afterwards, and she invited me to a dinner. I did a fashion show with her and Holly Robinson Peete. You know,
Oh, cool.
Holly does a lot of for Holly Rod, her charity Holly Rod. She does for autism because she has an autistic son. She does a lot of all these charity events for Holly Rod organization. Great charities. And we did a fashion show with Sue Wong's dresses. And I don't know, Sue and I just went to dinner one night, and she was asking what about acting or something, and I told her about this movie, and she was like, "Oh my God, that was shot in my house." And then she knew the picture, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's you in that picture." She'd seen the picture of me in the bathtub naked. It's a beautiful picture. It's like he looks like Jesus and his like head's down, and it was just a still from the movie, and so many weird things like that kept happening in the movie. Like Jesus supposedly shows up in the movie a few times. That's kind of what got the director put away, so I don't really tell that story very much.
You know something? Hollywood is very political. I think why this movie is not being shown is there's some kind of politics going on. Something in that film is too shocking, or they don't want it out. I believe that because Hollywood is very prudish. In so much as it's degenerately prudish.
It's true. Or they could just be, I'm just too talented and they don't want it out there,
I'm sure. I'm
could
sure
be.
that's a good reason. But
Thank you,
you may have exposed a little more than should be exposed, destroying the memory and the legends of Hollywood. Because my mother was a silent movie actress. She was Jenny Gabriel. So my mother, when she was a kid, a little 16-year-old girl, knew all of these people. And my mother was so in love with Rudolph Valentino. Well, years later, I told her he was gay. She almost beat me up.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, he's not." They said that about all the men. I said, "Well, Tyrone Power's gay." She said, "See, they lie. Tyrone Power's not gay." I said, "Ma, Rock Hudson's gay." She said, "Oh, stop."
All the beauties.
Women don't want to believe.
What did you think about Paul Lynn and Charles Nelson Riley? Lies, Liza Minnelli.
No, I knew Paul Lynn for a lot of years. I knew
George
Paul
Michael gay? No.
Lynn. No, but Paul Lynn I knew since 1960 until he died.
Aw.
Paul Lynn was very nice, sober. You didn't want to know him drunk.
Yes, it would seem that way. It would seem that way. But
He
I
was
feel
a
like I
wit.
have some of his sense of humor.
I loved his sense of humor. Are you kidding? He was. I went to a thing where, what the hell was it? It was some kind of show in Orange County, and Paul Lynde was there as well as Cloris Leachman. And
Mm.
Cloris Leachman, the people gave her a little award, and she said, "Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate this award. I'm going to build a room around it." So Paul Lynde yelled out, "Yeah, bathroom." You know, he was quick. I
He was-
loved Paul. I knew Paul personally, intimately.
Excuse me.
My very good friend Pat Catrone. Oops, Pat. I was lovers with him. Anyway, forget about it.
Wait. We were going somewhere good there, I think.
No, we're not going to go there.
Paul Lynde supposedly did not throw that boy off the balcony, but Patrick said he did because Paul Lynde threw a crystal ashtray at Pat, hit him in the head. Pat called up a friend of ours and said, "Please, could you all chip in money, get me a ticket to come home? He's going to kill me. When he's drunk, he's crazy." And that's it. And so Pat came back to New York, and we all met him in the Fawn, which was the gay bar down in the meatpacking district. And he spilled all the stories out. And when Paul was loaded, he spoke a lot. He talked too much. So Pat had it. Anyway, so much for Paul Lynde. I don't want to wreck his reputation.
I think you just did. I think we're a little too late for that. That
He's
was about
done-
5 minutes ago.
No,
He's done it before.
No, I want the audience to know that actors are real people, that they're not actors. They have lives and they do things that other people do. I hate when they think because you're an actor, you live this spectacular life and you're sainted and you're wonderful. Bullshit.
No, they have flaws, and I think there's a lot of pressure, and I think that the flaws are magnified. I mean, you look at a situation like Britney, I mean, it's so magnified, or Whitney, or Michael, or Prince, or any of them. I think it's
All of them.
that people
All
want
of
to be famous.
I think it's terrible. So let's go back to you,
You
though.
sacrifice a lot for the audience.
Yes.
And then the audience dumps you when you no longer look beautiful or you're no longer a hot
Or
item.
you say something wrong and get canceled, which I think is the most ridiculous thing on the
look what
world.
they did to what's his name, because he went to bed with that 18-year-old boy who wanted to go to bed with him, who I love, Spacey.
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey destroyed his career because he blew some kid that wanted to get blown. I mean, really and truly, you know. I mean, if you and I ever squeal on the people that wanted to blow us, half of Hollywood would be out.
Yeah, but sometimes karma's a bitch. Oops.
Yes.
Did I say that?
Well, I don't know where this.
Maybe he should be not blowing other people's boyfriends and children, and
He was the kid.
No, the first kid was 14.
Oh, I didn't know about the 4.
Yeah, and I know of him. I know of him fucking around with somebody I know's boyfriend, a girl I know's boyfriend, like a public affair kind of with which whatever. He's just He's
Anyway,
the nicest person I ever met in Hollywood. Let's just say that.
So you've
He's
met
the
almost.
what?
He's
He's
not
the-
the nicest person
Oh,
he's
he's
met in
not?
Hollywood. See, we haven't met him, so
Oh, she's
Oh,
an evil queen.
she's an evil queen. So let's go to you first of all, because you've met almost everybody in Hollywood. You've
Speaking of
with
evil queens,
I know, and you've worked with almost everybody in Hollywood. So how did you start? How did you actually if somebody wants to be like you, how did you actually get yourself started? Well, you started as a model, but how did you go from there to like celebrity stylist?
I started as a model, and I wanted to find a job that I could basically travel around the world, stay in expensive hotels, be around the best stuff and the best people, the most exciting. I'm thirsty for knowledge and interesting things, culture. I love people that are interesting and creative, and I wanted to stay in that business. And your looks don't last forever. Well, you two wouldn't know that, but some of us have learned.
No.
And I wanted to find a way to stay in that. And the editors I worked with as a model were like, I always had good taste. I was like ahead of my time. I didn't look like anybody else. Like, I kind of started a trend of being different looking at the time, and just I was like ethnic and cool and edgy in the 80s when I started. Like, nobody really looked like me in the industry. They were bigger and all American looking, and I just wasn't like that. And I always had a darker leather jacket and Doc Martens and a cigarette kind of hanging out of my mouth vibe, more rock and roll street vibe.
Or
And,
rough trade.
Rough trade, as you would say, yes, yes. Well, you know, I mean, I grew up smoking weed in Long Island. I was like a weed dealer when I was a kid in Long Island. Very Gus Van Sant, for lack of a better word. And
where did you live on Long Island?
Seaford. Yeah.
I lived in Setauket for a lot of years.
Oh, wow.
I'm a New York, Long Island boy.
There you go.
I know Seaford.
Thank God they can't arrest us for that yet. But but yeah, so that's how I got into the styling, and one thing led to another, and I was working with models in New York, and then I didn't like that. I had a couple shoots. I was working as the head fashion director for Vibe magazine, the very first issues of Vibe, and where like the designers wouldn't even like give us clothes for Black people. They were like, "Oh, hip hop artists. No, that's not our clientele. Black people don't buy clothes." You know, this was the early 90s. This was really fascinating. It was in 92. It was a year before Tyson was signed to Ralph Lauren.
Yes.
Please, Black people dress better than white people.
Thank you.
In majority. Everyone that we know that's Black, the girls, gorgeous, the guys, fabulous.
I know.
Oh, bullshit, they don't buy clothes.
I know, it's crazy, right? And look at the multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar fashion and hip-hop. That's a conglomerate. Just look at it's crazy, but those were the times, and I actually had to call Mark Jacobs, who was a friend of mine. We had known each other from Hurrah, the club Hurrah. Remember the rock club Hurrah? He used to date Robert Boykin, who was the owner, and I used to date Robert. And when I came back from modeling, Mark was with Robert, and he stole my life, so he owed me a favor. But I came back a glamorous model, so I really won.
Yes, there you go.
We had my dumpy housewife life to Robert Boykin. God bless him. May he rest in peace. I love Robert. And the hurrahs was so fun. Anyway, I called Marcus. He was at Perry Ellis. And I was like, hey, they won't let me close for Black people. What's up? What's wrong with this picture? And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I called Ralph Lauren. I called Tommy Hilfiger. I called Calvin Klein. They all said, no, Black people don't buy clothes. I mean, what's going on? This is like Quincy Jones's magazine. Like, what do you mean? Like, I couldn't even understand it, because I'd only been back from Europe maybe a year or two. And I don't know, it was just different vibe. And it being sort of ethnic and different in the modeling industry, I was doing like, all the big designers, and Black people were doing the big designers, and ethnic people were doing Galliano and Gaultier and all of them, and even Versace at that time. And so it's just interesting. And really, that's how I kind of got into it. And I went to Hollywood because I got tired working with the models. And I thought, well, okay, I'm going to work with the singers. I wanted to work with like Oprah, and well, she was a singer, but I wanted to work with Whitney and Vanessa Williams and in Vogue and Oprah, because everybody wanted to work with Oprah.
Yes. That's
how I got to Hollywood. That's how I went to Hollywood. Funny.
Wait a minute. All the Black people that we know dress in haute couture.
Yeah.
Haute couture.
Okay, haute couture.
Haute couture.
Haute couture.
It's haute.
It is not. Ask him.
Haute couture.
Haute couture.
Haute couture.
Anyway.
In French.
So yeah, but you got to remember, it's so funny too that you say that, because basically Tommy Hilfiger wouldn't even be in existence if it wasn't for the urban population.
And Ralph, I mean,
they're the ones who made him
model forever. It's so interesting, yeah.
Tyson, and he's so gorgeous.
Well, back then everything was different. Black people were not accepted. They were thought of as inferior or stupid or servants or whatever, because they were portrayed that way in film, and they were always made fun of. Yazim, here's Aza coming, that kind of, Black person.
Well, there were no roles. There weren't good roles. And I think, like, interestingly enough, I don't say that to blame Tommy or Ralph necessarily. It was the blonde white PR girl that was working in the company in 1992.
Yes.
And she didn't go see Shaft, or she didn't go see Mahogany or Foxy Brown or whatever the movies were. She wasn't watching Good Times. She watched Little House on the Prairie. So for her, her priority wasn't Biggie. It was, whatever it was, Debbie Gibson.
Yes, Mahogany,
but-
one of
but
my
to-
favorite movies.
But to give her such importance, where she could decide the color of the models or the clothing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who the fuck-
That's a very interesting point. In fashion, a lot of power through the decades has been given to those. It's so fascinating you say that, because every decade, the assistants and the interns get the power of who's coming into the show, who's at the door. They're at the door. And every generation it misses it. It's so fascinating to see. I literally have to call designers sometimes to be like, hey, I'm doing Mary J. Blige. Can I get no, this isn't, oh, Mary J, no, blah, 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 whatever the excuse is. And then I'm like, I call the front desk. I'm like, please tell so-and-so that Philip Block is calling, Reem Acra, or, Carmen Markvalvo, or whoever the designer is, and just tell them Badgley and Mishka Mark or James, tell them.
Okay,
Philip
the greatest black dresser of the 1970s, and you will agree with me, was Ashford of Ashford and Simpson. I would look at him, those fucking things draped on him like heaven. I only wanted to have everything he owned. He had the most gorgeous stage clothes as well as personal life clothes. Now you want to tell me that blacks don't wear good clothes?
Yeah, no, it was really, 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 really wrong. And I kind of went down that path all of my career. I dressed Hallie when she won her Oscar, which was a huge statement. And, they wouldn't loan clothes to a lot of black and Latino actors. Selma, Jada and Will. In '97, I dressed like 13 people for the Oscars, and most of them were black or Latino. Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance. They, a lot of the designers wouldn't work with them. It was very interesting over time how things shifted, and Hallie winning the Oscar was a really big for 2001, but in 2002 was a huge change, and she created a movement and something that shifted everything. I mean, I had lots of times where I'd call for Kerry Washington or Regina King, and they're like, "Oh, not our fan base," or Angela.
That is so funny.
Well, I find
that is just amazing.
I find the greatest mistake Hollywood ever made was not giving Diana Ross the Oscar for
Yes.
The Lady Sings the Blues. Her performance in Lady Sings the Blues beats any performance I have ever seen. It should have gotten an Oscar for Diana Ross. And I don't like Diana Ross. I know her. It's not very nice, but her talent is very good.
And
But
she was great in that movie. She was very,
She
very,
was
very good. in the movie.
Fabulous in that movie.
Yeah.
For a girl who didn't have an acting career, she was brilliant.
Brilliant.
Wonderful, deserving the Oscar. But back then, black was not ready for an Oscar. It was too soon.
She was just not quite there. And yeah.
If a white broad did that, they would have got for the Oscar. Just to see.
Yeah. Or in a different time. Melandra Day was nominated, didn't win for the same role, basically. Different movie, but similar role. But yeah.
I love Andre Day. I think it's so cool though. So you've worked with such a diversity, of people. Who are some of your favorite people that you were able to work with as a stylist?
As a stylist, I have to say, Vivica Fox and Fran Drescher are still very, very good friends of mine. I speak to them often. I had dinner with Vivica last night. Love her. Fran, I'm very close with also. I love Fran and her charity, Cancer Schmancer. Fran's a great New Yorker. We have a whole birthday club of friends, a whole group of us that get together all the time. I really love Apollonia from Prince.
Oh my gosh. What does she still do? I don't like, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Is she still active in the world of entertainment?
Yeah, she just started her own podcast, and there's a lot going on in that story with Prince and behind the scenes there. That's a story, like a Britney story, that we don't even know one half of what was really going on there, and what will come out over the years. Whitney, we kind of knew. But Britney, this has been a little hidden. What we're kind of hearing now is they're like, whoa. And Prince, there's a lot that went on there that I think the Prince story is going to come out for years and years and years. We're going to be learning things that we didn't know. And I think there's a lot of shrouded in protection. And I think that eventually people will be more honest.
I love it.
Well, Fran Drescher was on our show, and she was in a white terry cloth robe with wet hair and no makeup. And she was just informed that we were television, not radio. And she said, "Oh my God, you mean I'm on television, not radio?" So she just continued the interview. She could have cared less.
It was fabulous. She's
she's
wonderful.
I love her. She's great. I would say
I
Cindy,
love her
Cindy
too.
Cindy Crawford, Meg Ryan, and Sandy Bullock are my favorites too. I really love those three, particularly Nicole Kidman. I love a lot of the girls. I love girls. You know, I'm a guy's girl. So I'm a girl's guy. I'm
A girl's guy. A girl's guy. That's hilarious.
I'm a girl's guy. I'm a girl's guy, a guy's girl. I like a lot of the girls. You know, I think like growing up in high school, I was always friends with the pretty girls, and in my career, I got to be friends with the pretty girls. You know, pretty girls are on a mission, but I love Sandy Bullock, Meg Ryan. We've had a lot of laughs with Meg Ryan. My face used to hurt at the end of the day working with Meg, but you know, it's a job. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you're friends with them for a certain amount of time, and time passes, and you don't see them like anybody. You know, I mean, it's
right.
Really
it's funny because with Meg Ryan, so when I was a kid, before I figured out I was a total homo, Meg Ryan was like my ultimate. Like she was on As the World Turns. She played Betsy on As the World Turns. I would rush home from school every day just so I could watch her. She was like my absolute favorite. And
wait a minute. So you rushed home from school every day to watch As the World Turns, but you didn't know you were.
No, that's right.
Okay.
And then in college, I rushed home every day and skipped class to watch General Hospital.
And I knew.
And it was Meg Ryan's hairdo that turned you on, but you didn't know you were going.
No, I
really turns me on. Her hairdo does. Yeah.
I knew I was gay because I was dating Casey Michaels, and Casey was on what soap opera? I was 17 and he was 38. Gorgeous blonde guy, magnificent. What the hell show was he on? I think it's The World Turns, one of those stupid things. And I used to run home from school when he would be on, and then I would meet him that night at one potato, two potato for hamburger. He would take me there for hamburgers.
Do you know what one potato, two potato is?
Everybody knows.
I remember that name, but it was very early on. It was like the 80s.
Yeah, but no.
For Ron, it would have been in like
one
the 60s.
potato, two potatoes has been there for 40 or 50 years. Is it still there? It was a gay hangout with the best hamburgers. I was there in 19.
Where was it though? I remember the name.
It was down in the Village, and if I'm not mistaken, it was on the corner. I forgot. But it was down in Greenwich Village.
I remember the name of it. I'd maybe been there like once early on, but yeah.
Great hamburgers. I hope it's still there because when we go to New York, I want Jimmy to go with me.
I don't think it's still there. I think one potato's gone. Yeah, two potatoes.
What a shame.
So now, where do you live in New York? What area? You don't tell us exactly where, but you know.
I'm on the Lower East Side right now. I'm in movement. I'm in movement. I just moved from LA to New York, and I'm here for a couple months, and then I'm going to Atlanta.
Oh, we're going to be in Atlanta too to shoot a bunch of films. I also produce films.
When are you going to be there?
We don't know yet because I don't have the financing totally like secure. But when we're there, I've got like 6 movies that are going to get shot there.
So awesome! I'm going to be there. I'm going to be living there. I'm starting a clothing company down there.
Oh, good for you! What men's or women's?
Both. It's a little t-shirt and polo shirt collection and hoodies and very athleisure streetwear. It's called God Stuff by Philip Block, and it's got little praying hands on it and little wings, like instead of a Ralph Lauren polo pony.
I love it.
Praying hands in gold, or it's got little wings in gold, or it's got a little crown in gold.
Do you think black people will buy it?
I think so. I think so a little.
Oh, you mean they buy designer clothes?
Actually, I will totally wear that. Let me know when it's out, and I'll help promote it in my social media because I love that. I think
it's cute, right? I think it's going to be really nice. You know, I'm a man of faith. I go to church regularly, but I meditate and I do all kinds. I'm very into different religions. I think it's very. After working in Hollywood, honey, you need some God in your life.
I love it. So now, why did you choose Atlanta to launch in Atlanta?
I think there's a great urban vibe there. I think there's a great streetwear vibe there. I think a lot of those brands are coming out of there. I think it's part of the triumvirate. You know, New York, Atlanta, LA. I think Atlanta's the new Black Hollywood. I've been going there for years, since before the Olympics in the 90s. I've been going there, And I have family there, and I just thought, wow, let me do something different. Let me just change it up. And I'm friends with some of the housewives of Atlanta. I'll go visit them. And
Oh, we know. Well, I don't really know her, but
We met her.
oh shit, the
Whatever,
one who's
honey.
married to Leon. You know Leon, right?
Cynthia Bailey. Yeah.
Cynthia Bailey. So I don't actually know her, but she likes my stuff on Instagram and Twitter, and we've messaged and stuff back and forth. But we know Leon very well.
Leon is one of my favorite people.
He's very talented. Very
He's
talented.
a sweetheart of a guy.
And Cynthia is gorgeous.
And he's not homophobic either.
No, he's great. He's great.
Leon is great.
So are you gonna? Okay, so you're gonna go there and do? Are you still styling people on a regular basis?
Less, more personal clients. I have, maybe there's a movie I'm doing coming up. Maybe it's, that's still waiting on the financing. There's like 2 movies I've been offered to style, waiting on the finance. There's a movie I'm supposed to be acting in, waiting on financing. There's a lot of waiting on financing.
Yeah, I have a lot of that too, so I totally understand that.
What is your ethnicity?
I am Spanish, French, and I just found out Sardinian.
Oh, so I'm part Sardinian also.
Really?
Very
What is that? Like, who knew? I was like, what?
Well, I'm 100% Italian, but there was Sardinia. My daughter did this. She did the whole treat thing.
1, 2, 3, or whatever.
23andMe or whatever.
Yeah, 23andMe. Yeah.
And we came up with this kind of stuff, which was interesting. But Italy and Sardinia, what is it? Is swim away. So
well, and it's like North African. Sardinia was like North African. It's like Moroccan more than Italy, almost.
Right,
like it is Italy, but
right.
It's very interesting. I just found that out like a week or 2 ago, and I'm like, wow, where'd that come from? Never heard of that in my family at all. Never heard of it at all.
Our ancestors sailed all over the place. Italians, Romans. I mean, we have such a history of Rome conquered the world practically. So we're all over. I also have. What did I have? Another one. I have an English. Somebody was English in our family. How the fuck did English get in there?
Yeah, I have it's like Spanish, French, and there's some Russian. And then the Sardinian part was the real. I knew all about the Spanish and the French. I just didn't know about the Sardinian, which was like.
Yeah, well, we have a little bit of French in us because we come from Genoa, which is right on the border of France.
Yeah.
That's understandable. So you did your family tree?
Yeah, no, I didn't do the whole tree. I just did the beginning of 23andMe, and I was like, oh wow, okay.
I did the same thing, except for I did it on the ancestry for mine, but I'm adopted, so I don't even know how to check any of this shit.
Yeah, I guess you could find people that way, but hold on one second. I'm going to shut that off because it's making noise. I'm sorry. Sorry, that was like the rudest thing, but I just didn't want it to ring while we were talking.
That's okay.
The glory of these kind of interviews on TV, internet, all at once. It's like,
I love
let me go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I love it. So, okay. So did you have something that you enjoyed the most? Did you enjoy styling the most or doing the TV hosting the most? Or because you have such a vast array of a resume. It's not you can't be pigeonholed into one thing.
No, I'm so grateful. I think maybe I did too much. It confuses people and they don't get to see everything you do. And they think of you as styling Halle Berry for the Oscars or Michael Jackson's last photo shoots. Those are like my 2 famous claims to fame. I love the modeling. I thought was fun because the time it was just very interesting. I think my 2 favorite things were I had a TV show where I interviewed celebrities about their charities, and it was called Cause Celeb with Philip Block, and it was on ABC News Now. That was my favorite, and I got to interview Chaka Khan and Steve Harvey and Christy Turlington and Christy Brinkley and Kristen Chenoweth and like all kinds of Susan Lucci.
He doesn't like her.
Susan Lucci was my neighbor. We lived in Garden City.
Long
Island.
Yes.
And Susan, well, anyway, she was not the friendliest to any of the neighbors in Garden City.
You were the first person I have ever heard that from. I have never, ever.
She walked in the supermarket in high heels, a lavender jumpsuit, and her nose was in the air, and she'd walk right by you, like saying, "Don't recognize me, don't stop me, I'm shopping." So I know, because I've been in that supermarket a few times. And my daughter, Deirdre, played with her daughter. They were good friends in school. So her daughter would come to our house to play with my daughter. and Susan Lucci. I mean, I've never really had an encounter with her, but from what the people said at the Cherry Valley Country Club, that she was not very friendly.
I actually met her for Super Soap Weekend because I dressed a lot of the soap
I think
stars.
she's friendly at business, but not really socially. In her private life, she's very quiet and very withdrawn, very private.
I met her at Super Soap Weekend. I dressed a bunch of soap opera people when I was, designing clothes and doing styling and stuff. And she was super nice, but she was on. That was like a thing. She had to be nice to everybody.
I don't really know. I've seen her.
I think she's a professional. I really like her. I've had great experiences with her, and I like her, and that's all that matters. In each of our. We know everybody gets up every day. Some days you're in a good mood. Some days you're in a bad mood.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, but there's a general. Lara Spencer, who was really Lara Von Sealing, is my daughter Leslie's best friend. They grew up together, went to school together. Now, Lara Spencer's from Garden City. She lived up the road from us. She has met Susan Lucci many times, and she said the same thing. When the camera's on, she's brilliant. When the camera's off, she's different.
But we also all have different experiences.
I'm sorry.
I just said I think we all have difference because I've had experiences with people that other people tell me are super nice, and I was like, wow, they weren't nice to me.
yeah. I mean, the same. I think it's just how people are the day, and what you expect of them, what you don't. I mean, there's certain people like I always loved Madonna, but I never wanted to work with her because I just didn't want to hate her, and I knew I would.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I knew the girl that did her hair in L.A. And she said,
I met her once, and she was nice as shit.
Madonna treated this because she was a fat girl, a heavyset girl, and Madonna just treated her like hell. But that's what the business is about.
Is that Sharon?
Yes, Sharon.
Yes, very well. Yes.
Oh yeah, Sharon. Sharon's mother lived in the same complex that my sister-in-law lived in. Sharon's mother was called. I forgot her name. She was a wild broad, Sharon's mother.
Oh shit! Hang on.
Sharon's a wild broad.
Hang on.
Sharon was off the wall. Are you kidding?
Because we only have a few minutes left, and Eileen's telling me that you did all the boy bands, and that's my favorite thing in the world. So tell me, who did you work with? What boy bands have you worked with? That's my fucking favorite thing. And Cindy, Ladylike in the chat room will love this too.
I'm a bad Boys to Men guy. I really liked Boys to Men. That was really my, Boys to Men was my boy band. I worked for Donald Trump doing the pageants, and so NSYNC and I did one of the pageants together, and it was fun. That week we were down in Shreveport, and every time we'd get in the elevator, a lot of times I was in with the boys, and people would get in the elevator and they thought I was part of the band. It was my big claim to fame. Justin had curly hair then.
Now you opened the door. You dressed Melania, right? Did you find her to be homophobic and hating gay people?
I did not dress Melania. I met her many times, and just to be clear, I did not dress her. I dressed Tiffany for the inauguration because her father wouldn't pay for anybody.
No, but the question is, did you find her to be homophobic or rude?
No.
Did you think that Donald Trump hated gay people?
No.
Good.
Thank you very much. I want the world to know that point because we know the chef of Donald Trump, who's gay as a lark. I mean, she flies like on wings, and Donald and everybody treats him like gold. Donald Trump is not homophobic.
Donald's always been very, very, very nice to me.
And I met him. He was nice to me when I met him.
I have no problem with him whatsoever. I hate the way the president he is. I hate the person he's become. I hate all that. I like Ivanka. I like Ivana. I like Ivanka. I like I just it's all a mess now. I mean, the people I knew I liked. These people are different, and I don't like them.
Okay, so let's go back to the boy band thing because I used to have a clothing store in Fort Lauderdale, and there was an apartment across the street with the hottest girl you've ever seen, and all the boy bands were always there, like whenever they were in town. So like NSYNC would be there, Backstreet would be there, LFO, they would all like hang out at this girl's apartment, so we would see them all, all the time. But the boy band thing is, I'm even working on a film that's got like almost every boy band member in it. We're putting together the script for it because I'm real friendly with Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees. He was on the show recently. And we had Lance Bass on the show. We've had a bunch of the boy band guys on the show, but I'm a big fan of like all the boy band stuff. So did you ever get to do anything with Backstreet?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But isn't Mark's brother on back? Was it Mark's brother in Backstreet?
No, that's
Johnny?
no, that's New Kids on the Block.
Oh, New Kids. Yeah. Sorry, I get them all mixed up. My bad. I love Johnny though. I'm like, wait a minute. It's all so long ago. You know, like, and it's weird. Like in that time, like I was modeling in that time, and I was like a teen idol in London. Like I was on the cover of the teen magazines, like with Adam Ant and
Oh my God, you know that's Eileen's favorite, right? Is Adam Ant?
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, like Adam Ant would be on the back cover, I'd be on the front, or he'd be on the front, I'd be on the back cover.
Oh, wait a second. Hang on,
Idol.
Eileen, did you hear that? So, because Eileen wrote a book called Waiting for Adam, and it's all about her journey to meet Adam Ant.
Oh, that's so funny.
And now she's writing a book to meet Billy Idol, and we haven't been able to get in touch with Billy Idol's people to get her to be able to do an interview with him. Even though she's met him, she hasn't been able to do an interview. So if you know anybody, tell Eileen, because she really wants to interview Billy Idol.
I don't think he's around though. Billy's around. Adam and I haven't heard anything about him. Billy's like around. I thought he just had an album maybe in the last year or two or something.
Yeah, like, I think he did.
He's around.
Eileen wants to ball Adam Ant so bad. That's all she ever talks about is having sex with Adam Ant. And I said, well, I don't think he's got a big one. And she goes crazy. She said, I stand right underneath him when he's performing and I see he's got a good one. I said, well, I don't think so. I heard.
And now Eileen says she loves you even more.
Oh, wow. Yeah, funny. So, yeah, like those teen bands, like it's interesting. Like they weren't really... By the time I came back to America, they were like in full swing. So I didn't get to work, you know. NSYNC was kind of where I came back, you know. I mean, like, yeah,
that's fabulous. I love that.
Like getting to be with Justin and them in the elevator was mine. I think. And Boyz II Men were awful. They were one of my favorite bands, and they were just so awful to work with. I couldn't listen to them for 10 years after that, at least.
Oh my gosh! Did you see the movie that they did with Charlize Theron and not Will Ferrell? Charlize Theron and when she was running for president. I
saw that. Was Boyz II Men in that?
Yeah, that was Boyz II Men. Was the boy band that was in that one that was performing? It was only 3 of the guys.
Yeah. I remember that.
I love that. Okay, so you worked with everybody because we only have like 3 minutes left. So give me a bucket list. Like, who's the one person that has eluded you that you think, oh my God, this person would be like a lot of fun to work with in any capacity, whether you were going to interview them, dress them, have them wear your clothes, anything, anyway.
I'd love to talk to Biebs. I'd love to talk to the Biebs because I'm an empath and the Biebs is an empath. I feel Biebs.
I love Biebs. He follows me on Twitter.
I feel him. I feel like a kindred spirit. Like I was a kindred spirit with Michael. I felt like Biebs and I could talk and I could help him. He could help me. I think the Biebs and I would understand each other.
I agree.
I got it early on with him. I was like, oh, I understand. He's an empath. And I figured out he was an empath, and I'm sure he is. And I just see the way he deals with the fans. And I'm 100% sure he's an empath, and that's his thing.
And his new album is so freaking good. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Listen to the song Peaches. Listen to the Peaches song because it's awesome.
Okay, I'll listen to Peaches. Like Peaches Geldorf. I think it's more about people I would have liked to have worked with that I didn't get to. Unfortunately,
Oh no! What happened? Oh, there you go. You're back. Are you back?
New York is suffering from blackouts to electric. No, really, they're having a lot of blackouts in New York.
Hey, Rebel, can we get him back? Because we only have like a minute to go, and we're gonna bring Joey out.
Because of the intense humidity and heat in New York City, it's like over 100 degrees. So everybody's air conditioners are going.
Say it, Rebel.
I can't control his internet. He has to pop back in. He's stuck. He's frozen.
Okay, so maybe like kick him out and maybe he'll think to come back in. There we go. All right, everybody. So we're going to wait 1 minute and see if he comes back. Hopefully he will.
I was saying, New York is going through a lot of blackouts. Also, they had severe thunderstorms, I understand, that knocked out a lot of their power lines.
So everybody, listen, they're asking in the chat room. So you can follow Philip Block on Instagram and Twitter. He's at Philip Block, PhillipBloch. That's his Twitter and his Instagram. Follow him on both of them. He's got a lot of cool things coming up, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. And he's a great guest. I enjoyed that immensely.
Fun guest. I wanted to say goodbye.
Hopefully he'll come back, but if he doesn't, then he'll at least know.
I'm telling you, if they had a blackout in New York, that's it, kid. There's no electric.
I lost you and now I'm back.
There you are. You're
Oh,
back.
good.
What happened? Is there a blackout in New York?
I don't know. I must have been.
We heard you have high humidity and a lot of heat right now.
Ah, I'm schwitzing.
That it's very hot in New York and that you're using a lot of power, therefore getting blackouts. Anyway, I wanted to say goodbye. I didn't want you to go without saying you're a great
I
guest.
came back to say
You're-
goodbye.
You're a lot of fun and your family, and
Thanks.
that makes me very happy. You're a sweet guy. Meanwhile, you got a husband?
No, I'm single.
How come?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. It's very hard nowadays to find a husband. Nobody can focus. I feel like they have guys that have a hard time focusing.
Nobody could focus.
With the apps, it's like the next one. They're like, you're having a conversation. They're loving you. Next thing you know, they're not talking to you anymore. They don't even answer your thing. I couldn't understand if you paid me.
You know what? He's out there. You just have to wait. He'll come to you.
I know. I'm not. I'm not thirsty for it. I'm good. I date a lot. The young guys like us old daddies.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm 81 years old and they still like me. Would you believe it?
It's crazy. Me too.
So
90.
just think, when you're 81, you'll still be getting young guys.
I know it's good, right? I don't know where it all came from recently, but it's not because.
Well, because young guys don't like young guys, because young guys are narcissistic, they're vain, they're liars, they're cheaters, they're hot in the box. Whereas older guys, we've done it, we're slowed down, we're more husband material, and we last longer in our relationships.
Yes,
So
young guys, it's not good. Not good. But
So everybody, again, this is Philip Block. You can follow him at Philip Block on Twitter and Instagram, PhillipBloch, not KH. And they agree with you in the chat room. Everybody says they love you and they remember you from E-Television. A lot of them are saying.
yeah,
Which is,
I was very lucky to be in those times. MTV, House of Style. I was lucky. Lucky
I love
to be
it.
at the beginning of a whole kind of pop culture revolution and a Black movement revolution.
I
Very,
love
very
it.
lucky.
I love it.
wait,
So
when are you moving to Atlanta?
The beginning of September.
And we're going to be.
we might be there by then.
We might be there by then. Let's have dinner.
Yes, we'll definitely stay in.
And with Eileen and everybody, all the crazies that we know.
Eileen won't be in Atlanta.
No, New York.
Oh, he's going to be in September. He's going to
Yeah, and we're going to be in New York.
September 11th.
Oh, shit.
But we're going to be in Atlanta. We will look you up. And I really do. When your clothing line comes out, I want to know when it comes out.
Yeah,
And,
excellent. Follow that on Twitter, on Instagram also. I haven't opened the Twitter yet on it, but God Stuff by Philip Block. And yeah, it's on Instagram.
There we go.
Then we could really dish the dirt in private.
I know.
Have I got stories for you?
Philip, thank you so much. Bye-bye. That was fantastic.
Take good care, Philip.
What a great guy, you
He's
guys.
terrific.
All right, you guys, we're going to bring on our next guest. Joey Belladonna is coming on. Hello, Joey. What's up?
Hey, Rockers. What's up?
Hey, it's so nice to see you again. And before we're gonna wait and see if Kenny comes on, but I want to just bring this up ahead of time because I actually met you at Scream Fest. I don't know if you know what that is. That was like a horror convention, and it was in Orlando, and it had to be a long ass time ago because I was skinny and young.
Yes, what they call the Spooky Convention or something.
Yeah, Spooky Empire. Yes,
Empire.
And you were at the VIP party, and I took a ton of pictures with you and talked with you, and it was a lot of fun. So it's nice to see you again, and we're not strangers because we've met once, even though you won't remember because you meet 8,000 people a day.
Nah, you know what? I thought that was a great time. We met a lot of great people, and we had some fun stuff going on.
Oh, no, we totally did. So we're going to introduce you in a minute, but before we introduce you, because there's so many people in the chat room, can you give me some shout outs? There's a lady named Kim. Say hello, Kim, because she said she's seen you in concert a ton of times.
Hi, Kim.
And we have B. Claudia, and she's in Germany, and she wants to know if you're going to be in Wacken again.
You know, I don't think this year. We're not going to hit the European festivals. We're going to stay in the States just to be on the safe side, and we'll take it on in 22.
I love it. All right, let's do an intro. All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented musician and superstar Joey Belladonna. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, guys. Uh-oh, I see a handsome young man.
Oh, here we go.
it is.
And now we want to welcome Kenny Aronoff, fucking drummer extraordinaire. What's up, Kenny?
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, I don't know if we can hear him. Can he hear us?
Sure. He's just gonna sit there and look pretty. That's all.
He does that a lot.
Look at that.
That's what I'm going to do.
Kenny,
because
can you
I
hear
don't
us,
know-
Kenny?
I don't know anything about
No, he's frozen. He can't hear us. I don't think he can hear us.
I'm here, but
Hey,
it's frozen.
oh, there we go. Now I heard you, but it's still frozen. See if you're
Very-
unfrozen now.
I was
What?
trying to get on with the internet with my laptop, which I always do, but it wouldn't. I couldn't get on, so I'm on the phone. The phone doesn't have great reception here.
Oh, that's
Can,
not
can
good.
you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're kind of frozen though. But you know what? Turn your phone sideways.
Yeah, but okay, there we go. Can you hear
That way
me
we
now?
can see all your awards. Yes, we can hear you. Hopefully it'll last, but that way we can see all the
Well,
awards.
if I have to, I'll go. But this is weird. So usually I get on real easy. I mean, for the last 2 years, I've been able to get on StreamYard or through Chrome, but I couldn't today.
Yeah, that's weird.
Every time I clicked on your link, it went to a YouTube, like the show, the live show. It didn't let me in. It was just the live show. Anyway,
That's funny. All right, so now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, Kenny Aronoff, and Joey Belladonna. Hello and welcome to the show.
So, Kenny,
how you doing, Joey?
good afternoon. Where are you in LA?
Yep, this is my studio right here.
It's nice, perfect. You had a little good setup there, huh?
Yeah, and then next in the next room where the probably reception's better, is that, that's where the drums are.
There we go. Look at that, everybody. You're watching Kenny Aronoff in his actual drum room. So sit at your drums and talk to us if the reception's better.
Okay.
So let me introduce you guys to everybody. So this is my cool, outrageous man about town, Ron Russell. Say hi.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, Ryan. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm sorry I don't know too much about you because I'm from the Peggy Lee days.
Well, I'm an old schooler too, man. You can hit me up with all that good stuff because I'm just
I mean, you guys were big in what, the 60s, 70s?
80s, 90s.
I'm all about the old school. I don't think I left the old school yet.
Me neither, but I mean, I have a lot of friends that are rockers, right, Jimmy? We have a lot of
Yes, we met through Kenny and Eileen,
right,
and through our company.
So many rock guys. Now, Belladonna, your name is Beautiful Woman. Or
Yeah,
are you the Belladonna drug?
Yeah, the strychnine, right? I'm a little of both.
Because that's what it means in Italian, Belladonna.
He's Italian.
It's beautiful. Of course, he's
Part,
Italian.
part Indian too. I got half and half.
How would he have a name like Belladonna if he was Irish?
So you're from New York?
I'm upstate, actually from Oswego, New York, which is up north from Syracuse. I'm in Syracuse right now, but we're north.
I know Oswego. I know. I was up there in the 1950s. We used to go to camp up there.
Yeah, right. Where did you go at camp? Fairhaven.
Camp Pedophile, I think it was.
Dude, you
All right.
didn't
I like
go-
that.
That's a long way.
No,
That's
seriously, all the guys. Camp.
It's a tiny little place.
It was an Indian name like Wahoo or some shit. I don't remember. But anyway, this is going back.
Wait, go
that
back.
was back in 1958 and 59.
Ron's 81.
Yeah, so I'm an old bag.
He's an old bag. He's not really an old bag, but
Yeah, don't let him call you that, man. You're young as you are right
no,
now.
I'm very
he's
young.
way younger than I am. Kenny, where are you from?
Mars.
Okay, and then
Mars,
and then
me
when you
too,
and then
me
when,
too.
and then when you landed from Mars, where was the first place you sat down?
I was born in Albany, New York. My parents are New Yorkers, and then I moved into Western Mass. If you take, Western Mass, like just right before the New York, New York State. On Western Mass, literally 3 miles from my house is the New York State Thruway.
I know where you are. I know Albany.
You know the Berkshires. That's the Berkshires.
I used to go up to Kingston all the time, Albany, all those places up north.
Yeah.
That's where we went to cool off in August. We would
Exactly.
the family would get in the car. Then we'd also go up to the five. What were the lakes up there? The Canadian lakes, those beautiful
Finger Lakes.
Finger Lakes. We used to go there.
Yeah,
It's a
Joey,
cool
they got
park for
a
me.
venue up there.
That's cool.
Living in New York, it was insane. The heat was dreadful.
Yeah.
We didn't have air conditioners; they weren't invented yet.
I know.
We never had it. Not back in the day. One in the window in my parents' room. That was it.
Yeah, but you really didn't need it up there because
Exactly.
I remember the daytime we would swim, but at night we had to put sweaters on because it was cold.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So So Kenny, real quick,
Yes.
because I already had Joey before you came on say hi to the chat room. Say hi to everybody in the chat room, Kenny.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Ask me any question. I'll lie.
And then
I'll
hold
lie
on,
to you.
and then you got to say, because B Claudia is our resident music lover, so say hi to B Claudia, and also say hi to Miss Kim because she loves you guys.
B. Claudia, I love you. And what? And Kim?
Yeah, Kim.
Kim, you rock.
There you go. And
Hi,
I'm your
Kim.
favorite drummer,
Be
right?
Claudian. Nice talking with you.
yeah, they love it. Like, so people have been sending me Anthrax videos in my email and in my Facebook like all week long, saying, "Oh my God, fucking Joey Belladonna's coming on," and like literally, like I've seen like every Anthrax video possible because I've been watching all of them just so I would like
Sorry
somewhat.
about that.
No, it's
I
fabulous.
have to make a statement.
Okay.
Only New Yorkers and East Coasters introduce the person as fucking Belladonna. So, for those of you out there, that was not an insult. That's how we greet each other. In New York, we walk up to each other. We say, "Hey, fuckface, how you doing?"
How you doing?
Hey, fucko, how's it swinging?
I like that one.
So for all of you,
I told you what the New York alphabet is, right? You remember?
Tell us again.
F-U-C-K.
No, it's fucking A, fucking B, fucking C, fucking D. I told Joey that the other day.
It's true.
Right, Joey?
But nobody.
Joey knows that.
You living in Palm Springs. If I said to the people, the guys here, "Hey, how the fuck are you?" They run away. They think I'm going to beat them up.
Oh yeah, I think it's scared. I'm afraid to swear at times. I gotta watch myself.
Yeah, we get in trouble all the time.
Californians, I don't know where the fuck they all came from, but then nobody's a native. But those that came here came from some, I don't know where.
Oh, actually, too, Eileen Shapiro just sent me a message to say hi for her. So say hi to Eileen, so she'll have it.
Finally got to meet Eileen. Me and Kenny did a little interview with her last week.
Yeah, she's
You
fabulous.
never met Eileen?
That she just did last week.
Oh,
on an
because I
interview.
was going to tell you, when you meet Eileen, you have to stay 3 feet away from her.
Why?
Why?
Well, her breasts will be touching you.
Oh, okay.
I have no problem with that.
They have no problem with that.
Eileen tits turn the corner before she does.
I'll hug her and give her a mammogram.
I've made Eileen's breasts famous all world over.
From our show.
I tease her. I love Eileen Shapiro, and I tease
Oh,
her
sweet.
about being so flat-chested.
So we should just real quick. So everybody, in case somebody who has tuned in and they live under a rock and they don't know who we have here, so we have Joey Belladonna from Anthrax and also a ton of other bands because like you have a new your new Instagram is Joey Belladonna's Beyond the Band, so that must be a new band, right?
Yeah, I have. Lee Greenwood, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lee Greenwood's band is my Journey tribute band that I just put together. And so it's fabulous. Guys are out of Nashville, good players. So we're just doing a lot of Journey stuff.
I love that. Journey was one of my first concerts.
That's great. He wrote the most patriotic song ever.
God bless the USA. It was freaking awesome.
I love
I
that.
tease some guys all the time about it.
That's funny because we were watching TV the other night and they were playing that song on 4th of July and I told Ron that's like my favorite patriotic song of all time. It's like the greatest song ever.
How can you not like it? I mean, it just lifts you. It's one of those songs. It's anthem.
Well, if you're a communist, you're not going to like it.
Anyway, so hold on. So you guys can follow Joey. He's on Instagram. He's Joey Belladonna's Beyond the Band, and his Twitter is J Belladonna. But you need to follow me back, please. I'm Dr. Jimmy Starr, and then Kenny Aronoff is Instagram is Kenny Aronoff, and his Twitter is Aronoff Official. And you need to follow me back on Twitter too. All the time I've known you, you don't even follow me back.
Well, that's because I'm following you.
Yeah. And then, okay, so then. So Joey Belladonna, you guys, Anthrax, 6 Grammy Award nominations, one of the greatest fucking vocalists ever. Like he's fucking so awesome. And did you guys know each other before this concert that we're going to talk about that you guys are doing, or did you guys just meet working together for the Dio thing?
We just met.
It
How
was
cool
like
is
I
that?
felt like I'd known him my whole life. It was like totally cool. I mean, we just got along great. Plus, both of us were into sports when we were in high school, or ever since we were kids. And Joey's a badass hockey goalie, but Joey, it's in your family too. I mean, it's like, right? I mean, it's just like in your blood.
Yeah, and we both really know what it's like to be in a band and stick with it and just stay true to what we do, and we just hit it off. I couldn't believe how much fun we had in one day.
Yeah.
I love that.
Ever since we've been in touch.
So wait, so do you like hockey movies? Like, because those are some of my favorite movies, like Mystery Alaska and Slapshot, and one with that movie with Rob Lowe where he has to learn how to fight, because he's a good. I forgot the name of that one, but it's a great hockey movie. I love all those hockey movies.
Yeah, but you know what the best one is? The
What?
best one was when Kurt Russell's in it, I think, and he's the coach, right, Joey?
Oh yeah, that's right. What's the name of that?
Mystery. No, the one where they go to the Olympics. Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
That's fucking amazing.
I've seen it like 20 times because I like those inspirational movies.
Oh yeah, I mean that was just. And it's a true story. That's what I love.
I also like the Mark Wahlberg football one, the one with Mark Wahlberg, Invincible. All right, so you guys, then for Kenny Aronoff, he's got a book, Sex, Drums, and Rock and Roll, just came out in audiobook format.
Yeah.
You know him; he's been labeled one of the best drummers in music history. He was with John Mellencamp for many, many years. He's also played with Sir Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, the Rolling Stones, Lady Gaga. I took this all off your website, Kenny. So if there's anything wrong, it's not my fault. Bruno Mars, Sting, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Seger, Dave Grohl, Elton John, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, John Bon Jovi, Meatloaf, John Fogerty, Rod Stewart, Smashing Pumpkins, Steven Tyler, and about a zillion more. How was that?
Whoa.
That's good.
Whoa.
That was sick.
Now, listen, I have a question because we have a lot of older people that watch our show. What'd you think of Gene Krupa?
Loved him.
Do you think he was the
from
greatest
back then,
drummer ever?
No. In jazz, if I had to pick one, I'd say Buddy Rich.
Buddy Rich. A lot of people
in
think
rock
that.
and roll, if I had to pick one, I'm going to say John Bonham.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
My uncle did sound for Buddy Rich too.
Would you say about?
He said his uncle did sound for Buddy Rich.
Did sound for
Are
Buddy
you
Rich.
shitting me?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember him telling me the stories. I'm like, wow, that's so cool.
He was. I mean, do you remember watching him on Johnny Carson? I mean, he was not just a drummer; he was a personality, a cool guy, a funny guy.
Actually, too, you guys in the chat room, they're saying the movie was Miracle, which is right. That's right. It was Miracle.
Yeah. My wife just pulled it up on her phone.
All right, so let's talk real quick to make sure we get all this information out because there's a lot. So you guys are doing a live stream concert fundraiser. It's July 10th at 2 p.m. Pacific time for in celebration of Ronnie James Dio his birthday, and also to raise money for the Dio Cancer Fund. You guys can get tickets at rollinglivestudios.com. And the title is Artists Unite to Celebrate Ronnie's Birthday and Raise Money for the Dio Cancer Fund. Some of the people that are going to be on the show, and I picked out the ones, some of them. So we have Rob Halford, Sammy Hagar, Jack Black, Lizzie Hale, Sebastian Bach, who we just met him like at a party last weekend. He was great.
Sebastian, he's a character.
Yeah, we had a blast. Gilby Clark, who's been on the show, Carmen Apiece has been on the show, Chuck Billy, Rudy Sarzo's coming on the show, Lita Ford's been on the show, Tim Ripper Owens was on the show.
But their best one was Leland. I love Leland.
Oh, but Leland's not here in this concert.
No, I know. But I wanted to mention his name because you're mentioning.
Ron loves Leland.
I love. Do you know Leland?
I know Kenny knows Leland. Joey, do you know Leland Sklar?
No, I never met him.
You got to meet Leland. He's a bass player, and he's awesome.
A trip
Joey,
is not a trip till you meet Leland.
So Leland,
he is a trip.
He has a beard that looks like Rip Van Winkle.
Down to his
probably 73, but he's had that beard his whole life. So
he only plays with Phil Collins.
Yeah.
But for a little while.
Leland played with
loved him. Yeah.
With everybody.
Yeah, he's cool.
And he's got a book out right now that you guys should see.
I know. I was.
You give you were one of the finger people. Yeah. Jimmy and I are going to be in the second.
It's called Everybody Loves Me, and all he has pictures with like 6,000 pictures of different famous people and people on the street shooting the bird, and that's the whole book. It's awesome.
The whole book.
I remember when he started that thing. See, Joey, besides playing with all these iconic bands, he was a session guy and still is a session guy starting in the 60s. So I always tell everybody shit, man, I've been doing it for 40 plus years. This guy's been doing it for 55 and still doing it.
Amazing.
So, I mean, it's pretty. He's a bad mofo. He's
So,
great.
We love Leland. He's one of our favorite people.
So Joey, tell us a little bit. I'm going to let each one of you guys tell us a little bit about the event and how you got involved a little bit, just to promote it, because we want as many people to go to this as possible. You guys, I think it's like a 24-hour event or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, you guys, it's on live stream, and you can get tickets at rollinglivestudios.com. We mentioned a bunch of the people that are on it, but there's a ton more. So tell us a little bit about it, Joey.
Right before you go there, how much are the tickets? People have to know.
I don't know. You have to go to rollinglivestudios.com and see.
No, maybe these guys know how much the ticket is.
I don't know.
I take a guess they're 15, but I don't remember seeing what the cost was.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us about it, and I'll try and look it up.
Yeah, because $15, you're going to be crowded like you can't believe.
Oh, it's incredible.
You're going to have thousands of people for $15. You know, it's not one of these $150, $250.
We don't know if it is or not. He's just guessing. So hang
Well,
on. We'll look it up.
250, you don't have so many people.
All right, go ahead, Joey. Tell us a little bit about it. I'm looking it up.
$20 it is.
$20. That's cheap.
$20.
$20, you have thousands of people.
That ain't too bad, right? Yeah, I mean, I've been asked to do it. It was one of those things. I've known Ronnie for years, and Wendy and his wife. I sang at his funeral. I know him from upstate New York, and I was in a band. Remember the band Alf? I was in that band we were called Bible Black, minus a couple of guys. That was the first Rainbow album. So we're just gone back over the years, and to come in to do this, I'm completely honored and privileged to be a part of this. Ronnie is just amazing, and I look up to him every day to this day, and it's just one of those things I'm just happy to be a part of, and I'm glad. I'm going to be doing 5 songs that night. And
are you doing Anthrax songs, or are you doing like a mixture of songs?
Just Dio.
Is that like
that's the name of his band?
I know that, but is that the Legionnaire's disease?
No.
What is anthrax?
First of all, Anthrax has been around way before Anthrax was
I know
around.
that. But you know, it scares people. They have.
Yeah, it's very scary. I know. Until that actually came up, it was weird having the name. You know.
Yeah,
But no, we're just doing strictly Dio Rainbow music. Actually, you know, it's all about Ronnie and his legacy in music.
How did you come to name yourselves Anthrax? Now that we bring it up,
You know, the band. I think early in the days before I actually joined, the guitar player Scott and the bass player that is no longer with the band, but they were in science class. And I guess they were studying something, and the word Anthrax came up, and they said, "Hey, it would be a great name for a band." So,
meanwhile, you're very young looking.
thank you.
You're extremely young looking.
He's fucking Italian. The Italian look.
Well, I'm 81, so he looks good. I look good for 81 too. But Italian skin, like rubber, but boom, it goes back. But you won't give us your age.
What year did you join Anthrax?
85.
So that's 15. That's 36 years ago.
So figure he was 20.
So he's 56.
Yeah, he's laughing.
You might as well say it. I'm not. It's only a number to me. I'm 60 right now.
There you go. Way to go.
You look good. It's all the olive. It's all the olive oil.
Fucking
It keeps our skin moist.
All right. So Kenny, you tell us a little bit about it and how you got involved, and then what are you doing with the show?
I'm playing. Well, I played 2 songs. I'm hoping both end up on there. The first one, it was Straight to the Heart, and Lizzie Hale will be playing with us. And I keep forgetting it's live. Yeah, Lizzie Hale's playing with us, and then I don't know. I just recorded another track, and I don't know who's singing. They're going to do it after the fact. Anyway, Kerry Brown was the one that reached out to me. He's the guy who's kind of put this thing together, or one of the main guys. He's the producer, and I've known him from when I was on tour with the Smashing Pumpkins. He was married to Darcy, the bass player, and then I'd see him it seemed like every 4 or 5 years. and we always got along real good. And then I was reached out. One of the guys that's working with him is one of my techs, Mike Miller. And so between the two of them, they reached out to me, and I was trying to put together a band. I was trying to get Chickenfoot to do it, like Sammy Hagar, Satriani, me, and Michael Anthony from Van Halen. But Joe Satriani's got so much shit going on. He said, "Nah, I can't." So that was the end of that. Anyway, it's so cool. It's such an honor to be doing this because, first of all, I love the music, and the whole vibe is incredible. It's just
love it.
And you know what the highlight of the whole thing is? Meeting Joey.
That's what I was just gonna say. The fact that that you two are like icons and you had never met, and it gave you an opportunity to meet and do something together, and now you know each other. How cool is that?
And in all fairness, since we mentioned Leland, we have to mention our other dear friend Scott Page. You know Scott Page?
Do you know Scott, Joey?
No,
Pink
he's
Floyd.
saxophonist.
From Pink
Floyd. Who was he with?
Pink Floyd, Toto, and Supertramp.
Okay, I saw Supertramp. I know the Toto guys, but I've never met him before. So
there you go.
Super
you have to come
terrific-
out to California, and we'll get you invited to a bunch of cool shit. And then you
I
can
know.
bring your wife. I heard your wife is fabulous, by
His
the way.
wife is cool. Casey.
Want to say hi?
Yeah, say hi to Casey.
Hi, you guys.
Come here, hold on. Hi, gorgeous. How are you? I heard such wonderful things about
Oh,
you.
So you like ugly women?
Yeah.
You like fat, ugly brunettes, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you get her from?
She's beautiful.
I found her in Florida somewhere and doing some Hawaiian tropic thing. So
there you
You
go.
better throw a net over her, kiddo.
He already has. He's married.
Oh, good, because she's gorgeous. She's
been together for a long time.
She's absolutely gorgeous.
And what a beautiful smile.
Oh, she's a beauty.
Hey, I couldn't have run this computer today.
Oh, there you go.
You know, when a gay guy gives a compliment about a woman being beautiful, it's not because we want to get laid. It's because we think they're beautiful. And our opinions are really the best because they're honest.
Because we don't have an we don't have an ulterior motive. We don't have an ulterior motive. So
I want. Oh, you know who she looks. You know who you look like?
No.
A friend of mine who used to be on The Price is Right.
I know what you're talking about.
The model
on The Price is Right.
Now you forgot her name.
Was it something white? Was it something white?
No, that's Vanna White.
Vanna White.
No, her name. You look her up. Jan Pennington.
Oh,
Janice Pennington.
Back in the day,
she was gorgeous. Janice Pennington was one of the most beautiful women. A good friend of mine, so I used to see her without makeup live, at lunch and stuff. Even stunning without makeup.
Yeah.
And you look just like Janice Pennington.
Eileen Shapiro too, my business partner, loves you, and she says that you like Adam Ant a lot too. So I guess you guys bonded.
Look at those.
You guys bonded over Adam Ant.
They were going nuts already.
You have beautiful teeth and a beautiful.
Wait,
smile.
hang on, wait, Joey, do you know Adam Ant?
I've never met him. She's really into it all big time.
So Eileen, listen, because Eileen travels all over the world to see Adam Ant concerts. Like when we first met her, she went to England, and she flies all over the place to see Adam Ant.
I've kissed him before.
No, she flies all over not to see him. She flies all over to try to ball him.
Oh, wow.
That's dream gang. That's her dream.
And then Billy Idol. Do you know Billy Idol? Because Eileen wants to interview Billy Idol.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, I'll never forget the party at the hotel in England, and they all got kicked out. It was a massive blowout. And that, oh my God, that was one time I remember. I'll never forget that.
Oh, you got
What story?
a Billy Idol.
Oh, because all I heard is that bloke tried to kiss me, and then everything went nuts. I mean, they were throwing stuff and drinking shit.
We were at the bar, right, with
Yeah.
Billy Idol, and these bloke came in. They came in and they asked Billy Idol to come over. Would you please autograph something for my mother? So Billy Idol, as sweet as he was, walks over there, starts to autograph something, and the guy stands up and just full front on kisses him.
Oh, shit.
And Billy Idol lost it.
It went nuts.
Lost it. That bloke, just you say
And,
it.
and the next morning I go, where are you guys going? I go, they kicked us all out.
There were
I mean, we
bottles
ran.
flying
Man.
and-
It was a massive takeover in that bar. Oh my God,
I love
Now,
it.
what's your wife's name?
Krista.
Christy, I have a question for you.
Come back.
Come back.
You have to take a seat with me while you're at it.
Come and sit. Yeah, sit with us.
How do you handle the women that throw keys and maybe panties at the stage when they see your husband?
I don't get no.
He's so good looking. He's so handsome.
I don't
I
get no.
make friends with them.
Yes.
And then you put poison in their drink.
I just
No, she's not really good about all that
make
stuff.
sure he keeps coming back for more at home.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. He looks like a good guy.
Well,
So
let's put it this way: if he went out to eat, he's a fool because what he's got home waiting is
beautiful.
really the best meal he could have is you.
Aw.
I mean,
So wait, go to Kenny
he's not
though.
going to find better, believe me.
So,
trust me.
so Kenny, do they still throw panties at you and throw keys?
Unfortunately, not. I mean, we're lucky if we have one good set of teeth across the front row. And
That's fucking hilarious.
You can laugh, man. You crack me up.
No, because I was like,
Good set of teeth.
yeah, but Kenny, like you're like a rock star. Like I
I
see
gotta
when we go to
remember that.
I see when we go to parties how all the girls come like running over to you every time. Like we're at somebody's party, they all come running over to you.
yeah,
So
but that's different than a concert. The concert.
yeah, that's just because you're in the back and they can't get to you.
maybe
If you were at the front, like tell them that you want to put the drums up at the front and let the singer stand on a platform behind you, and then you can get them all.
But back in the day, it used to be that way with Mellencamp. I mean, it was just like it was bras and panties, and girls would take their shirts off, and it was wild back in our day. We were young, they were young, we were wild, they were wild.
And you all got it
So,
together.
so Joey, like before you were married and you were like a superstar, did they throw like tons of shit at you then?
No, I didn't really get too much of that stuff. A lot of, they lift their shirts up, show your boobs and things like that. But I used to get them going. I did. She used to, get a kick out of it. I started, but we didn't really have a lot of that stuff going on. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but if Eileen is in your audience and she lifts her top, those boobs are going to fly on the stage and crush all of you.
Oh, that's so funny.
Well, we have a lot of men come to our shows. Obviously, we have a lot of.
Yeah, you got like all the like badass dudes and shit.
No, I did stand up for 45 years, and I used to get cards from people. We're having a three-way or a daisy chain. We'd like you to join us. Oh, weird shit, and I ripped them up.
Oh my god! In the chat room though, they're all saying how much they miss the '80s. Though our demographic is basically like 40 to 70 for the show. And so like we're all like I'm a total child of the '80s, and like I loved everything that happened. And I wish kind of like things would go back to that a little bit because I like freaking love it.
Yeah.
So who are some of your influences, Joey? And then I'll ask you, Kenny. You've already played with all your influences, probably, Kenny. But like, who were some of your influences growing up, Joey? And who are some of the bands like? Who do you listen to if you were like just driving around in the car? Who would you listen to yourself, or who do you listen to?
I am so. I mean, like from the very start, I was Beatles. Like Crosby, Stills and Nash, Chicago, Kansas, yes, Journey, Foreigner. I mean, Bad Company, The Who.
Yeah, that's great.
So much stuff, and then of course I like contemporary stuff too. Good, John Mayer. I like a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm so wide open. I'm leaving plenty of people. Zeppelin. I do like a lot of good songs. I love.
Do you like Barbara Streisand?
I do. I like Barbara Streisand. I like I love, Sinatra. I mean,
How about my guy, Johnny Mantis? You better say yes.
Johnny's great too, of course. Yeah, I love all that.
Johnny Mantis is better than Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
Johnny Mantis is one of the greatest pop singers of our time.
Yeah, and he had a spunk to him, man. He had just a nice. I don't know. Those guys are sweet. They're really, really, really good.
Everybody got laid with his music. He tells you that. No, or everybody. We had cars in those days with radios. That's it. And the back seat of the car was like a bed, So everybody had sex with Johnny Mathis singing "Chances Are," and then the girls would say, "Chances are, do I get pregnant?" So,
so Kenny, your turn. Who are some of the influences for you?
Well, everything Joey said for sure. I'll just add, Hendrix, Stones, of course the Beatles. That was the first one, but the Cream. I mean, back then it's like every 2 weeks there was this, a band that was like radically different. The Who, and all of a sudden Sabbath shows up. I remember when Crosby, Stills, Nash came, like, whoa, what's that sound?
That's it.
And all these Deep Purple. I mean, it's endless. Because every band had a different sound, but that was back then, man. Guys used to live together, or they rehearsed every day. It was and you could get a record deal, make money, go in the studio. You could spend months and months in the studio. So you were in an environment where you could come up with. Not only did you write great songs, but you were able to record them and tweak them and make them brilliant songs. And then there was radio that would play the songs, and people would listen to the DJs and follow what they were saying because they usually were right. And the whole system worked so great. But, things have gotten so much more, that space has been filled up with so much just technology with like social media, and people don't buy records anymore. So back then, my point is that was a great environment for incredible music to be written and come out, and there was an opportunity for these bands to make a huge career from writing great music.
Right, absolutely.
What do you think of David Bowie?
Love them.
Brilliant,
amazing.
He was my favorite. I love David Bowie. All his music.
Back to Frank Sinatra. I saw his last show performance. I was with Don Was, and we opened up. We were doing a Willie Nelson record, and Willie came in the studio one day and said, "Hey, you guys, I can't come in tomorrow because I'm going to go to Palm Springs and open up for Frank Sinatra for the St. Jude charity." And Don Was says, "Well, we're fucking going with you." So we did, and we played with Willie. But Frank Sinatra came out, and I have to say, he wasn't the singer that Johnny Mathis was, but he had style.
He was he was a stylist like Peggy Lee. Peggy Lee was a stylist.
Yeah.
Johnny Mathis sang from his soul. Everything he did was soft. That's why at 86 years old he still sings. He hasn't lost his voice because he didn't rip it apart.
Yeah.
Now we met that famous guy that you fainted over at Devin's party. What was his name? The rock and roll.
Sebastian Bach. I'm a big Skid Row fan, so I was like super excited.
Sebastian Bach, when he speaks, talks like this. His voice is gone. He doesn't have a voice. Why? Because he screamed all those years. So, how do you guys feel about that?
You gotta take care of yourself. You know what I mean? I
think Skid Row is one of like the fucking awesomest bands. Youth Gone Wild is like one of my favorite like hard rock songs of all time. I could listen to it every day, especially when it talks about going to Skid Row. Where does it go? Oh, I forgot the line now. Like from Wall Street to Skid Row or whatever. It was like this, like the greatest line in a song, and I loved it. So for me, he didn't know who he was, but for me, and I put the picture. It's my most liked picture on Instagram. It got almost 7,000 likes when I put it on Instagram, which for me is a lot.
What'd you think of Elton John?
I love Elton John.
I love Elton John too.
I was incredible.
How about Madonna?
I liked her a lot too. She had some cool stuff going on.
So let's do it. Wait, let's do it.
Let me finish. So rockers do love people that are not rockers.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I was always afraid. Like when I joined the band, I think they thought I wasn't into metal enough, and I liked other music, but I think it's good for your soul and to listen and learn. And so I liked a lot of stuff. So I was never afraid of telling people I liked it.
What did you think of Country Joe and the Fish?
Wow, I haven't heard that name.
I haven't heard that in a while. I'm not really familiar with
loved Country Joe.
Joey said he's not real familiar with them.
Country Joe, he was very big. He came and went, right? He was very big in the
late 70s.
Yes, and he had a couple of major hits.
What was the hit? Like, name one song. I'm trying to think.
Remember what was the hit?
Oh, songs.
Yeah, I'm not trying to think of a song.
Oh, I can't think. Off the top of my head, I can't think.
I'll have to look him up.
Now you have to look him
Country
up.
Joe and the Fish really had a sound.
Kenny didn't play with him?
No,
Huh?
I didn't play with them, but I mean, they weren't around very long. It was like a couple albums.
Yeah, that's it. Couple of hits and they were gone.
So wait, because we got 5 minutes.
They had a sound of their own.
I want to do a bucket list. So let's say, Joey, you were going on tour and you could go on tour with any band in history, the live or dead. What band would you like to go on tour with? And then, Kenny, for you, what band would you like to have? I mean, I don't even know if there's anybody left, but if there's somebody that isn't left yet that you've never been able to had an opportunity to play with, who has gotten away from you that you think would be fun to play with? And you go first, Joey. Oh, okay. Anthrax. There you go.
I got too many. I like to tour.
Yeah.
Would be great. I mean, it would have been nice to do something with Zeppelin or Journey and even any of the Beatle guys. Geez, I mean, I love, there's so much to choose from, isn't there?
Yeah.
Actually, the very first musical guest we had on our show this show's been going on for 14 years. So actually, our first musical guest was the girls from Expose. I don't know if you guys might know, but Joya Bruno from Expose. They were like a dance music group. But then our first, what I considered like a serious artist, was Gary Wright. He came out on like our fourth shirt. And Dreamweaver, Gary White, and people couldn't believe it because the show had only been in existence for like 4 weeks, and we had Gary Wright, and they were like, "How the hell did you get Gary Wright?" And I was like, "Fuck, I just asked him," and he said, "Sure." And he had just gotten off of the Ringo Starr All-Star band tour or whatever. And it was such a big fun thing because I think that's one of the coolest songs ever.
Love is alive. Love is alive.
Yes. So Kenny, who has evaded you?
Well, I mean, Jimi Hendrix sure did. That son of a bitch died on me.
What did you think of Sue Wong's room? What did you think of the Jimi Hendrix room in the Sue Wong's house?
Oh,
wasn't it awesome? We slept in there. Ron and I slept there.
Anything Jimi Hendrix he really blew my mind. I mean, it was the Beatles, and all of a sudden he showed up. That'd be cool. I've always said, it'd be cool to have a super trio with Sting playing bass and singing, and Jeff Beck playing guitar and me on drums.
Oh, that would be cool.
I mean, that'd be like, whoa.
Oh, I love Jeff Beck. Yeah, I met him. He's great.
I mean, Jeff Beck. I mean, when I watch Jeff Beck play, he could be playing with a singer, and I just watch him. I actually went up to Jeff Beck when I saw Jeff Beck play, and he had Terry Bozzio on the band. Terry was an amazing drummer, but huge drum set going ape shit. And I went up to Beck years later and said, "God, man, I went and saw you, and I saw doesn't it bug you that Terry's playing so much? Because I just want him to stop playing, so I could just watch you." And
I love it.
Jeff said, "No, I like Terry overplaying like that, so that it inspires me." But I'm just telling you, Jeff just blows me away. What he does on the guitar is like.
I love it. All right, so hold on, because we've only got 3 minutes. I want to put this information out again for everybody. All right, you guys. So it's July 10th, you guys, 2 p.m. Pacific time. It's the Artists Unite to celebrate Ronnie's birthday and raise money for the DO Cancer Fund. You can learn more about the DO Cancer Fund by going to docancerfund.org. It's a live stream concert fundraiser. You're going to see these 2 guys. You're also going to see lots of other people, including Tenacious D, Sammy Hagar, Rob Halford, Lizzie Hale, Sebastian Bach, Gilby Clark, Rudy Sarzo, Chuck Billy, Tim Ripper Owens, Carmen Apice, Lita Ford, tons of other people. They're going to be playing Rainbow songs, Dio songs. I think the whole thing is going to be freaking amazing. And you can go and get your tickets at rollinglivestudios.com. It's only $20. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you can see these guys
and have a good time for sure.
There you go. All right, so how do people follow you guys? Tell them each one of you guys tell them how to follow you, because we got like a minute and a half.
Go, Joey.
Go ahead, Kenny.
All right, Instagram Kenny Aronoff, Twitter official Aronoff, Facebook. My fan page filled up. No, go to my fan page, but my main page, sorry if I can't add you, it filled up like 15 years ago. And then I'm on LinkedIn also, Kenny Aronoff, LinkedIn. And then my website, www.kennyaronoff.com.
All right, go, Joey.
Joey Belladonna's Beyond the Band on Instagram. You can check me out there. Hey, don't forget, me and Kenny got another project going on.
Okay, yeah. Tell us. You got a minute.
Triumph. We're doing a tribute to Triumph. Me and him actually play on one cut together.
Yep.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
And then also, he doesn't know it, but we're going to start a band and we're going to both be playing drums. And then he can be like Phil Collins and jump up and just sing.
We got Kenny got to do something together. We have to. We have to.
I love that. I'll help publish it. And we also want to say hello to Kristen. Come back, Kristen.
It's coming back.
It was such a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
And you know what? He really should reward you. Go shopping. Rodeo Drive is a store.
They're in New York, I think.
Oh well,
are you in New York?
Upstate, Syracuse.
Syracuse, that's right. It's Syracuse.
Listen, go
Don't
down
we
to
love LA?
Go down to Fifth Avenue on the corner of 57th and 5th. There's a little store on the corner called Tiffany. You just go in there and pick out a nice little trinket for yourself.
We gotta go.
If not, divorce the son of a bitch.
Hey, you guys. We want to thank you guys. Thanks for being such good sports. Congratulations.
Listen,
all right. Nice to meet
we'll
you.
be listening to you.
Yes. Bye, you guys. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell chat room. We hope you had a good time. We hope everybody listening has a good time. Check out this event. It's going to be fabulous. And we'll see you guys.
Wow, they cut you right out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jimmy. And Jimmy,
Bye-bye.
take care, man.
Nice.
Thank you. Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Jimmy,
I'm just chilling, Jimmy Star, yo, sitting down and designing. Why every man never thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you